So today I want to talk about a situation that happened at work last week. I don't know what category I will put this in. It's not dating, obviously. It's not gig work. It's not health and wellness. What are my other topics under the grown woman umbrella? It's grown woman stuff. It's definitely grown woman stuff, but it's just work. It's something that happened at work, and I want to talk about it here. So what happened was, first of all, I just let me set the stage. I work in a fairly small office, and when I say small, I mean we have a total of about 12 people. This particular coworker of mine sent me an email last week, and in the email she copied her boss, who used to be my boss, and I still look at him in a boss-like figure, but he officially, on paper, he's not my boss anymore, but he is this person's boss. So she copied him, she sent it to me, and the email, first of all, the email was extremely poorly written. It was not proofread at all. A lot of grammatically incorrect stuff going on in her email. She started the email after she said, hello. She's actually, the day she sent the email to me, I was working remote. She said, I hope you're having a good day. And then she started to go into, one of her first words she said was many. Now, many, I don't have the definition in front of me of many, but many means many. It means more than one, more than two, more than three. She said many confusions with an S, which I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big, you don't put a noun or a verb with it. I'm not big on that. I can't even tell you that. But I know when I read something and it's not right. That's all I know. Is when I read something, it just ain't right. And that email was not right. And she should have had her friend proofread it. She should have had anybody proofread it. Her husband, I don't care. Somebody walking by to proofread it before she sent it. But she said many confusions and errors that have occurred over the past several months. Now, she didn't say that I was the ones causing the confusions or I was the ones causing the errors. She just said many confusions and errors over the last few months. So because of this, I want to schedule my own appointments if the person calls to reschedule. Now, anybody knows what I do at work? I schedule the appointments. So, and I usually schedule the if they have to be rescheduled, I usually schedule those. That's my job. So, I don't know. You might have a problem with my job description, but that's your problem, not mine. So anyway. So she sent this email to me, copied her boss on it. That was it. And so when I read the email, again, she was trying to say that when people call the office to reschedule, she wants to reschedule them. Don't reschedule them. She wants to reschedule them because of many confusions and errors. Okay. So I literally that day, because I'm remote, I don't have any point of reference to this, where this is coming from. So I respond, because if I don't respond, I am working remote. I was working remote the day I got the email. If I don't respond, it almost looks like I'm not checking my email. So let me respond so that anybody who's CC'd on this can get my response. But I'm going to respond in a very combative way. No, I'm not going to be on the defense. I just said the words in small caps, okay. That's it. Just to let her know I got the email, was received, and I'm not going to respond in a combative way. So that's what I did. So the next day comes, and I still don't know how I'm gonna handle it. But I'm gonna handle it because I'm a grown woman. And one thing about grown women, we handle stuff. We handle it one way or another. Now, I'm going to mention this part because I feel like it is relevant. Some people might say it's irrelevant, whatever. She is a Caucasian woman. Okay? And as you clearly know, I'm an African American woman. Okay, again, going back to the email. She did not give any examples, even though she used the word many in the email. She did not give one example of when this has occurred. Not a day, time, or anything. She just said over the past several months, many confusions and errors have occurred. Okay. And so therefore she wants to schedule her own appointments when they're to be rescheduled. Okay. So the next day came, I came to the office, and I wasn't sure how I was going to handle it, but I knew I was going to handle it. So so the first thing that happened, it was first thing in the morning, she walked by my desk. Oh, somebody broke down. She walked by my desk and she just she was going to, I guess, the ladies' room. I don't know where she was going, but she didn't speak. Okay, so now we're not speaking. So you sent me a crazy email, you copied your boss, and now you're not speaking. Bam. Those three things, I gotta address this, because what you're not gonna do is try to throw me under the bus for no reason. So I checked the calendar to see if she had any appointments, because I didn't want to catch her when she had an appointment and then for her to say, oh, I have an appointment right now. Okay, great. So I checked the calendar. It was 10:15. She had an appointment at 11 o'clock. So I said, okay, this is a good time. It's just 45 minutes before her next appointment. Let me go grab her, because we need to have a conversation behind closed doors. Okay? So I go to her desk and she's not there. I say, okay. Weird, but she's not at her desk. I think she went to the bathroom earlier when I saw her not speak to me. So, okay. So now, I'm just kind of, looking out for her, because I need to talk to her. So, I didn't see her for a while. 10 minutes go by or so, and she walks in the office, and she has like a notepad and pencil and stuff with her. So I'm like, okay, there she is. So I grab her, or I don't grab her physically. I go to her and I go, hey, do you have a minute? And she's like, yeah. She's kind of caught off guard. And I'm like, yeah, we can go in the back conference room here. Go in the back conference room, close the door. And I say, okay, what was that email all about? Because I'm basically giving you a chance to explain that. So she starts telling me, well, there has been numerous times when you screwed up on the scheduling, and as a result, it's snowballed, and now I have to deal with the aftermath of it, and now my customers are all confused, and this, that, and the third. Okay, well, why didn't you ever tell me this before that email? I don't know why I didn't tell you. Okay. Well, you didn't give any examples on the email, so how would a person know what you're talking about? Well, you've screwed up multiple times, and therefore it screwed me up. I was like, right in her face, oh, no, you not going to come up in here. You've been with this company for less than a year. I've been there 11 years, and you're gonna try to accuse me of screwing your life up and your customers, and oh, no, you not. You're gonna give some examples of what you're talking about, because so she started giving a couple examples of where people may have been, a Zoom meeting may have not been scheduled when it was supposed to, or this, that, and the third. And what she said was, when she holds her appointments with her customers, she doesn't, she basically shows up at the meeting unprepared, is what she said. She didn't, now being unprepared is my term for it, but she said she just shows up at the appointment right before her appointment. And where am I supposed to be? And so I said, well, that's your responsibility to prepare for your meeting. You don't blame me. I'm not your secretary. I literally said to her, I am not your secretary. I am not supposed to do all your all your counseling. First of all, I don't even just schedule her appointments. I schedule everybody's appointments. So you mean to tell me you want me to schedule all the appointments for everybody in the office, and you want me to go ahead. You want me to schedule everybody's appointments in the office, and then for her appointments, regardless of the fact that I do schedule them, but those are your customers, and I'm sorry, I was just eating some sunflower pistachios. Those are they're all of our customers, but you're the counselor. You need to do your due diligence prior to the appointment. Now, if there's an issue with the appointment, that they were scheduled wrong, the Zoom link wasn't available, whatever, you can let me know that. At the end of the day, you know how to get into Zoom, you know how to set up the appointment. Don't come for me talking about I done caused all this confusion and errors for many months. So all of that went down. We had a face-to-face conversation, and I let her know, if you ever have a problem with me, first thing you need to do is come to me directly. If it requires an email, and sure, you can have a face-to-face conversation with me, and then right after that, send me an email and copy my boss to let him, copy your boss if that's what you want to do. Let him know what happened, what was the conversation, all of that. That's fine, to keep him in the loop and also to keep a paper trail of what's going on. But what you're not going to do is send out a random email talking about months of confusions with an S and errors and try and throw me under the bus. That's what you're not going to do. And it was just crazy. It was just a crazy email. It was a crazy conversation. She looking at me sideways. And then I didn't call you a secretary. You implied, because that's what a secretary does, is the secretary has your back and makes sure that what the stuff that fell through, that you let fall through the cracks, the secretary, in some cases, depending on, whatever. But that's not my job. It's your job to make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted. And then she tells me she goes into the meeting 2 minutes or a minute before the meeting starts, and that's when she found out she don't have a Zoom link. And, girl, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That's on you. So we just had a big blow up about that. Yeah. So I let her know that I'm not her secretary, and that she needs to, oh, come on, you guys. I'm not her secretary. She needs to do some prep work before her appointment, and check and check to see what's what. Okay, so the last part of what happened is, after our meeting, came out of the conference room, and it was a little later on in the day, actually. I saw her boss, my former, who is also my former boss. I pulled him aside and let him know that I did have a discussion with this young lady, because his office was actually right next door to where we were meeting. And the conversation did get heated. So in case he overheard, some loud, conversation, and I will admit, my voice carries. She's very soft spoken, so if anything, he heard me. So I just wanted to let him know we had a conversation. In case you heard some people yelling in the conference room next to you, this is what it was about. And he was the one CC'd on the email, so he knew the backstory. So what he told me was, you don't have to worry about anything. He said, just from the way that email was written, the fact that it didn't have any examples, the language, or the way it was written without being proofed, he said, you don't even have to worry about anything, because it's not you. We know that it's not you. So when he said that, I was like, cool, so and that was that. But I just wanted to let her know I'm not the one. I've been at this company for 11 years. You haven't made your first full year yet, and you trying to do some messy stuff like this, not happening here, and it's not going to happen with me. If you got a grievance with me or you got an issue with me, you need to, first of all, you need to clearly document it. And this is clearly not the way you handle it. So anyway, just had to get that off my chest. I was, it was very stressful when somebody's accusing you of something. Now, granted, I make mistakes just like anybody else. And that's what her boss, my former boss, said. He said, we all make mistakes. But what you're not going to do is come at me sideways about many mistakes that I've done over the last several months. Are you kidding me? And you have no backup to support that? No. So that's it. I just wanted to share that with you. In corporate settings, sometimes people take for granted that you stupid. And so sometimes you have to just put them in their place, and maybe they've never worked in a corporate environment. This is their first corporate job, but I let her know that this is the proper protocol for anything like this. If you got an issue with me, you need to bring it to me first and then go forward with it. But for you to just start sending a random email, it's not going to end well for you. So anyway, that's it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Have a good one.